Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, this is the new iPhone Air in sky blue. And my first thought out of the box is, this isn't the color what I expected. So I've seen the marketing renders and the pictures and the event when Apple showed this phone, which all show a bright Sierra blue type of color, which we used to get in the iPhone 13 Pro series. But in my hands, it's completely different. It's like more of a pale, icy blue. It's far more subtle, and it's not just the color, it's this polished titanium frame that feels way more premium than I expected. Well, this phone is a story of contradictions. It's impossibly thin, yet it has this huge camera bump which sticks out of the pocket if you're wearing tight jeans. And but surprisingly, it's super thin and it's packing a pro level chip, but only has a single camera. This is the unboxing and first impressions. So let's see what this iPhone is actually like. Well, the box itself is thinner than the other iPhone 17 models. The saddest part of today's video is just that I was supposed to unbox a 17 Pro Max on side of this phone, but due to delays in the delivery, I didn't got it. Well, I've got the Air, and it still has that classic dense premium Apple feel. And yeah, you still get the pull tabs. I tell you, that's one of the most satisfying thing ever. Let's get this unboxed. Perfect. Let's see how's the phone. Well, lifting the lid, the phone is facing down, showing off the back glass, I guess. But let's see. First thing is that the sky blue color, as you can see. From the marketing and in person, it's completely different. It's sort of more like, towards a whiter side. You can barely notice it actually. Like if you can see, look, just have a look, like you'll feel it whiter if you can see. But yeah, at last it's more of a morning haze blue type of color. So let me get it out and let's boot it for the first time. Perfect. Let's see, and underneath the box, while it boots up, let's check out. Yep, you get the standard braided USB-C to USB-C charging cable, some Apple paperwork, and yeah, let's see what else it is. Okay, the most important thing, if you guys don't know, this iPhone is actually, no matter what the region, is going to be eSIM basically. So it doesn't have any SIM card trays, so you don't get a SIM ejector tool. So yeah, let's see the other things, and yeah, it has booted up as you can see. Okay, so the in-hand feel is, what can I say, like, like it has a soft matte paper finish, and yeah, it's surprisingly lighter. Weights I think barely 163 to 165 pounds. And what makes it feel expensive is the frame, I would suggest. Yeah, it's super thin as you can see, barely you would see to the touch, and it's polished grade 5 titanium, and yeah, super shiny and reflective. Just so you know, get a case or else it's going to be a fingerprint magnet. But if you guys used the 13 Pro, you would feel the same as it is, but the finish on the glass is slightly different, and it's comfortable to hold. It's super light. But yeah, the display is 6.5 if I can recall from the specs, and the thinness is 5.6 mm. The thinnest phone right now on the market is a foldable phone, the Samsung Z Fold 7. It's 5.4, and the if I'm not wrong, the S25 Edge is 5.8 millimeters. But trust me, this feels futuristic. You feel that iPhone 6 feel in your hand back again. And the whole body is slim, as you can see, but the only trade-off is this thickness of the camera plateau. The housing is substantial, so when you put it on the table, it has a serious wobble. But if you get a case, depending on the case, you the wobble, you can minus the wobble basically, and that's the only minus of this design. But I do like the design of it actually. It's slim and everything, and yeah, you can hold it in the phone. So now if we talk more about the color, under specific lights it's very pale blue, but as I tilted, you see more of that blue comes in the thing. So as you can see, it's not poppy, yeah, but as the 17 Pro Max is, you see the colors, there's no black in it, but it's more of a mature, and honestly, the thing is that this color will grow over time actually. And they're bad in this series. Basically they're doing the classic colors like black, gold, white, and this color, the sky blue color. And yeah, let me just set it up. I had to cut the video, but I'm back. It's all set up, and I just restored it from the backup which was on my iCloud. Well, it's wild to think that inside this incredibly thin phone is the A19 Pro chip. That's the same processor as the Pro models. So you're getting the what can I say? You're getting a, it has a flagship price though, but you're also getting a flagship level performance. That's what I can say at the best. But the real performance will show when I use it for a day or two, and let's see how the battery performs. I don't have any doubts with the chip because I know Apple has the best processing power in the market. But as I speak about it, I do like the display. The 6.5-inch Super Retina XDR display in this finally brings the 120Hz adaptive Pro Motion to the non-Pro phones basically. All the iPhones this year has the Pro Motion display in them. Because till last year it was only on the Pro phones you get the 120Hz display. The scrolling is buttery smooth, and it makes it feel incredibly immersive. The thing is that why I feel this experience is better immersive than the last generation is basically this is super thin. Like I just love the thinness and how light it feels in the hand. But we still have those physical buttons, as you can see, the lock button, the action button, and the flush camera control button. And as I told previously as well, this is eSIM, so you don't get any SIM card tray. And also there's a slight change on the USB-C port. That's the thing which, it's slightly off-centered, which is, it goes towards, the end, the downward part of the phone. And yeah, the thing is that if you're thinking there's these four holes down near the USB Type-C hole are speakers, they are not. The only speaker on the phone which we have is this one on the top. So these are actually microphones, yeah. And the difference from the 16 Pro Max and on this one, I feel is the lightness. And I think the camera is better on this because you get a 48 megapixel and the 18 megapixel. I got the chance to click a selfie when I was using this phone, and the this has a square sensor actually. Basically, in the iPhone 16 Pro Max, they had a regular sensor, so you don't see it. And this, surprisingly, if you compare it with the 16 Pro Max, this has a glossy titanium finish, which is a fingerprint magnet. So the frame does look luxurious, and it puts the air in that jewelry category, if I may say. But the thing is that this will scratch up if you use it without a case. But this phone, basically, it tells you that, oh, please use me without the case. And the camera, as I told earlier, it has a square sensor basically on the front, and on the back you have the 48 megapixel fusion camera. So it's two cameras in one. Through the settings, you use if you want to use a 24 megapixel and save on storage, you can. And if you want that clarity and depth of field and everything, you can bump it up to 48 megapixel and you can. And yeah, it's just a personal choice. I would suggest this phone is, because you get the Pro, which is 1199 if I'm not wrong, and you get the regular 17, which is 799, and this is in the middle, like the old Pro price, the 999 price basically. So I would just pick this phone up just because it's super thin and how light it feels in hand, and I feel this is compact, and the display size is just, it hits that perfect spot. And after a short time, I can say that it's not what I expected. The feeling goes deeper than the color, I would say, because I think the in-hand feel is just way more premium, and it feels like Apple. And it feels like Steve Jobs came to Tim Cook and he told him, like, design a phone like this, and the team just designed it. This has just something, like that feel like Apple might be on track, but this is for someone who wants a flagship as well and prioritizes the hand feel and comfort. But it's a minimalist phone who doesn't want, those flashy colors like the orange in the Pro Max and the Pro, and wants more subtle color, more professional color as per their job maybe, or their palette. It's for the user also who doesn't need a three camera system, who's not into this pro creator type of setting, and just basically clicks pictures as and when needed. So I think the chip is going to be amazing. And surprising thing, how they achieved this thinness was through shifting all the components into this plateau. And yeah, everything is basically in this plateau: the chipset, the antenna bands, the camera housing, the vibration motor, and everything. The only section this covers is the battery. The battery life is the main one, actually. Apple claims it's an all-day battery, but I don't know how Apple tests their battery. They always say it's an all-day battery, but this phone is thin, so I'll use it for a day and two, and I'll know when how this phone performs in battery life. But there's the single 48 megapixel camera which performs. It simulates basically multiple lenses as its fusion technology, so you can use a lens for, like, if you want to use a 24 lens, a 28 lens. It only allows two, and it doesn't shoot raw pictures. As you know, you're getting the A19 Pro chip and everything, but it doesn't shoot raw photos, and you don't get a dedicated ultra wide and telephoto. So in conclusion, what I can say is my first impressions of the iPhone Air are positive, but I'll hold my thoughts. There will be a full review after a week, I guess, on the channel, so you guys can understand it way better. The sky blue is really more of a, I would say, a baby pale icy blue, and yeah, I am enjoying the polished titanium frame, because after so many years, when I switched to the 13 Pro, I went for the Sierra blue, and it just reminds me of that color. And one last thing, I would just mention the thinness of it. It's something you have to feel and believe. Maybe if some of your friends get their phone and you can feel the phone, or you can just pop into any of the Apple stores, and you can basically, to know more about this phone, you have to just feel it in the hand, and you'll understand why it is so expected. But the good thing is that this doesn't feel like just another update. It feels like a philosophy. It's like, this might be a stepping stone towards the iPhone foldable, which we are requesting for quite some years. So I'll be using this as my daily driver for the next 1 week or two until my Pro Max gets delivered. And let's see how it performs basically. And I'm especially curious for the battery life because of the thinness, because they also released the MagSafe battery especially for this iPhone, which Apple claimed they would give 40 hours to the phone. And pretty much that's it. I think I've covered all. And so, yeah, make sure you're subscribed to the channel for the full review and the upcoming 17 Pro unboxing as well. Let me know in the comments how this video is, and is this a direction to a foldable future for Apple, or a future for a minimalistic phone, or is it just a compromise? And let me know in the comments as well if you're going to buy it or not. Anyways, thanks for watching. JP here. Peace.